going on, y'all? This your boy Ghetto Diddy, and man, we got some hot shit for y'all today. Man, we got that boy Poetik Flakko exposing the people that was basically involved with Draco the Ruler's murder at that event at Rolling Loud at that event once upon a time. Yeah, man, it was a few years ago. I'm not really sure what year that was, but it was a few years back when Draco lost his life at that event. He was coming there to perform, because his name was on the list to perform, but he was never able to get on stage and perform due to what I'm saying, the people that he was beefing with and just how everything played out that night. You know, hearing this boy Poetik Flakko explain, what I'm saying, how things went down. What I'm saying, due to his due diligence and looking up shit and doing research and putting pieces together. To me it's crazy work. Because um that type of shit is forbidden out here in LA, what I'm saying, in streets in general. That's why I don't understand why a lot of street dudes be trying to mingle and coexist with squares when it comes to street shit. Back in the days, when street dudes was involved in street activities, that would just stay with the street dudes. But nowadays, you know, people trying to be going viral and try to look tough, what I'm saying, online. And what a lot of these street dudes are not understanding, when you tell these regular people or like regular civilians these type of things, they can use that shit against you. And they don't have to have no street etiquette or no street morals, which is not snitching and all that, because they don't live by that. So for these street dudes like Munchi B and so many other dudes that I don't need a name right now, be talking too much to regular people. Poetik Flakko is a square from Delaware. He shouldn't be knowing half of the shit that these dudes be talking about. But they work with him, what I'm saying, as co-workers at No Jumper, so they be feeling like, what I'm saying, they more relaxed and what I'm saying, just feeling like they can talk to these dudes, but in actuality, you can't tell these dudes shit because they gonna flip it on you. Poetik Flakko already think bangers is done, which I feel like all gang members is not dumb, but the society and the lifestyle that a lot of gang members live, it is dumb. You're participating in the genocide of your people. And this shit started damn near 100 years ago due to kids starting this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a child's game that adults continue to carry on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my opinion on gangbanging is stupid, especially due to the fact that a lot of these niggas out here is killing each other. I mean, unalive. We ain't gonna say killing. We gonna say unaliving each other. Then when they get to jail, they realize they have to stick together due to conflicts with other races. So on the streets, the blacks will be beefing with each other, red versus blue. They get behind the wall and need to be together. But yeah, we'll talk about all that another time. This video is about Poetik Flakko exposing the people that's most likely involved or connected to Drakeo's murder. But yeah, we finna get at this reaction video, and what I'm saying, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's engage and just what I'm saying, give our reaction and opinions on the video, man, because I was blown away by this shit. But if Flacco's a bad man, what I'm saying, and by him not even feeling no type of nervousness or what I'm saying, just feel like he should be a little worried about this. What I'm saying, it's kind of crazy because LA is a dangerous place at the end of the day. And for these podcasters that's never really seen no real action, they don't understand. They haven't really been in the mix because when they go to No Jumper, they way in Burbank. There ain't nothing really cracking out there, even though it can go down anywhere out here in LA. But Poetik Flakko ain't never really been in the mix, so he gonna off the back he gonna underestimate the energy out here. You know what I'm saying? But that's here and there. Let's get into the video, and like I said, let's let me know what y'all opinions is. All right, let's go.
The murder of rapper Draco the Ruler has been unsolved until today. Because in this video, I'm revealing the name of the person who killed Draco the Ruler. I'm revealing the face of the person who killed Draco the Ruler. and I'm breaking down in grave details how they were able to kill Drakeo the Ruler at a packed out festival.
Chaos at a packed concert featuring rap legends like Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. A person was stabbed and police have shut down the show.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Drakeo the Ruler. It happened around 8:30 last night during the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival being held at the Bank of California Stadium.
A couple of days ago, I made a post where I announced I'm about to expose and reveal who killed a really famous LA rapper. A lot of famous LA rappers have died. I never said the name of who I was about to expose. But when that post went up, almost immediately, hit dogs began hollering. One of the hit dogs who's been hollering the loudest, trying to get me not to drop this video, is Inglewood Family Blood Munchi B, who Drakeo the Ruler famously dissed in his Inglewood diss when he says, I just dropped 50 on a blind ninja, he ain't see it coming. He was talking about Munchi B. Munchi B thought that targeting me and my parents for something one of my relatives did would sway me from dropping this video. It didn't. Munchi would even make a threat that he wasn't done with me and he was going to be at me every day if I dropped this video.
Frederick, your real name, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, Frederick, Jala. I'm going to tell you why your name, that last name, on Inglewood Family. Any female need to run from the Jala last name. It ain't straight. On any resume, it ain't straight. I swear to God, bro. Flakko. I'm not done right here, bro. I'm on your bumper because you're a you's a horny frog, bro.
On Bloods. Why this nigga so mad? Come on, Blood. I don't understand. Blood, why this nigga so mad? Swoop.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, just little shit like this alone, you know what I'm saying? Poetik Flakko, he's going at Munchi B, but at the same time, he's antagonizing the whole car of niggas, you know what I'm saying? The whole B car. You know, this is dangerous shit that he's doing, even though uh he's just trolling. But this gangbanging shit ain't no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, by him having this red rag on his head and his red rag around his neck, you know, he's clearly trolling for one, because gang members don't even wear their bandanas like that. That shit is like out of a fairy tale or like some Hollywood shit, like the movie Colors. Real gang members don't even wear their bandanas like that. But the whole message that he's coming off with is he's trolling Munchi B and the people that's involved with the murder, which is other rival blood. I mean, not rival, but other blood that he's basically dropping these accusations on. You know what I'm saying? So by him wearing this rag, it's basically trolling them, but at the same time, he's looking at it as trolling. In actuality, he's antagonizing people. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the shit that he's doing, it can be also dangerous, can come upon him too. But what I was basically getting at too is, you see the times we're living in now. You know, back in the days, squares wouldn't dare do no shit like this, you know, because for one, it wasn't that many cameras back in the days. It was just harder, you know, it was harder to snitch back in the day. Even though it was still harder, you know what I'm saying? Because you had to have concrete evidence when you wanted to tell on somebody. But you know, nowadays you can have sunglasses record you. It's just way too much surveillance. You know, in my opinion, I feel like gangbanging is over with. It's not even just watered down no more. It's pretty much over with. You know what I'm saying? So for all the people that's still trying to live that lifestyle, y'all might as well just do something else, because it's just way too many. It's way too many ways to get caught nowadays. You know, that shit is just over with for that shit. You know, and then you got regular people, regular civilians like Flakko on a whole nother side of the states, you know what I'm saying, in his living room, trolling real gang members, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is over with. You know, for all the people that's still living that lifestyle, I understand, but at least, you know what I'm saying, keep your conversations with their gang members, because dudes like this is mocking you guys, making that whole lifestyle look like it ain't even serious no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just mocking everything about it. You know, people really lost their lives over that lifestyle and spending the rest of their life behind bars. And you know, so by by the real members that's letting people do shit like this. I know they rolling over in their graves, and a lot of people behind bars is like, damn man, I threw my life away for this shit to come to this. You know what I'm saying? And that's their fault at the end of the day. But I just feel like these niggas should just keep their shit to themselves, you know. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
I'm confused. All right. If you have nothing to do with Draco the Ruler's death, if you or your homies and Inglewood families have nothing to do with Draco the Ruler's death, then why are you going so hard trying to get me not to drop this video? Once that didn't work, another blood from Inglewood called Frosty the Snowman, who in my opinion was put up to this by Munchi B, called Adam 22 and began to threaten Adam 22 that if I drop this video exposing Draco the Ruler's killer, that they're gonna treat it as if No Jumper dropped it. This is just old LA tactics.
This kind of content it's gonna get treated like No Jumper's the ones dropping that content.
Definitely.
Which he's right. On one hand, I think Flacco's totally within his right to expose whatever the he wants to say about an ongoing investigation. Because I mean, it's not any different than what happens in the real media world, where the New York Times, if they find out that there's an investigation going on into a alleged crime that Donald Trump committed, they are going to publish an article.
We've been dealing with LA bullies our entire life. The reason why they contacted Adam when them coming at my family and me didn't do anything is because they think, well, Flacco is associated with No Jumper. So if Adam, can get scared, then maybe Adam will scare Flacco into not doing it. Or if Adam tells Flacco, hey man, if you drop it, your job is at risk, bro. Just again, LA bully tactics that didn't work, right? Because Adam isn't terrified, isn't scared. Nobody is scared of gangbangers anymore, blood. That's a fact. All right, gangbangers don't scare nobody. So, of course, none of it works. But I'm confused as to why Munchi B is going this hard because I'm in gang members' business. When Munchi B has kept me in gang members' business for as long as I know him. Somebody go ask Munchi B how me, a civilian from North Dakota, knows who shot and killed Rosemo in Inglewood. Go ask him. Just so the streets don't think I'm bluffing, I'm going to give the streets a hint of safe, something right now that only the streets would know that I know. That's the hint. Now, I would never reveal this information, but if Munchi B have kept me in the streets business for a long time, why is he all of a sudden mad that I'm doing street content?
See, the shit that he doing also too, all this shit that Poetik Flakko doing, he can also get Munchi B hurt out here in these streets because the shit Munchi B doing, he doing way too much talking, and that's against gang politics in a whole by itself. His own homies might be looking at him right now, ready to kick his ass, and this is due to Poetik Flakko exposing all this. But that goes back to what I was saying. You can't be telling regular motherfuckers your street business. And shit, let alone you shouldn't want to tell nobody your business, even personal business, because you don't really know motherfuckers like that. It's hard to trust people nowadays with any type of information that you have on yourself, personally or definitely street stuff. You know what I'm saying? So for Munchi to be running his mouth to Poetik Flakko, a nigga that's not even from LA, is crazy work. You know what I'm saying? I honestly feel like Munchi drink too much and he get reckless, and this is the end result of this shit. If bro put the bottle down, he can make better decisions. We all made some dumb decisions while we was on the bottle, but that don't justify and that don't give you a motherfucker to get any room to make them excuses for him. We all grown at the end of the day, so bro gotta be more accountable to his decisions. You know what I'm saying? And the decisions he make, because you on live TV and you on pre-recorded videos that's going to air on social media. So you have to move a little better than what you're doing. And when it hits the internet, you probably got 1 to 2 to 5 seconds to delete it if you made any errors. But it's hard to do that when you guys are uploading videos with 1,000 subscribers. As soon as you upload the shit, motherfuckers damn near already screen recorded it, depending on who's watching your content. So my advice to Munchi B, bro, you gotta move a little better, and I wouldn't doubt it that them dudes from his community probably been blowing up his phone all night, pulling up, tripping. You know what I'm saying? And shit, it might be other discussions on the table due to him doing all this talking. But let's get back to the video.
Is it because he's intimately involved with Draco the Ruler's death? See, I asked Munchi B this on the No Jumper show.
Again, from my perspective, if Munchi is saying he has nothing to do with that, then why Munchi be so invested that he's willing to diss me and go out the way to cause this much trouble?
My baby in the
All right.
some
Hey, Flakko, hey. It's like, look.
Answer that question though. If Munchi B has
he looking for a certain answer. I ain't gonna give it to him.
out of his way,
I feel like he's the only podcaster from Inglewood Family, so he feels like it's kind of on him.
all the family has something to do with that.
I don't know what you talk. What are we talking about, bro?
Okay, let's be real. When it comes to Bloods, Munchi is obviously kind of it has always been at the forefront of the Drakeo versus the Bloods beef. So I feel like it's not really that surprising that Munchi ends up speaking on behalf of the other side of that, right?
I think like the
Munchi B has said he has nothing to do with that. The Bloods had nothing to do with that. They have nothing to do with that. So yeah, the Munchi B and Inglewood families had nothing to do with that. You know, why Munchi B so passionate about this and it's causing this much trouble and destiny
He crazy.
and a potential
I know what he trying to do.
What was I trying to do, Munchi? Well, if Munchi B don't want to give the world an answer as to why he's so upset I'm doing this video, then I'll give the world the answer. The reason why Munchi B is so upset is because the person who killed Draco the Ruler, the person who took the knife and actually stabbed Draco the Ruler, well, that person is really close to Munchi B. But of course, I'm not saying anything new because Munchi B slipped up and said on Clubhouse that he passed the bottle to Draco the Ruler's killer almost every day.
No, man, Draco is dead, bro. What are we talking about? Don't make me disrespectful.
Hold on.
Hey, bro, look. Hold on. You know Draco shit used to be on the table and ain't there no more, right? Hold on. You know Draco shit was on the table and ain't there no more, right? Hold on. You do know I did. I said Draco and his brother worked there on Friday. You know, on there Tuesday, right? You too. Shut your dumb ass up, bro. Hey, bro. Draco is dead, bro. Hey, bro, the nigga that killed Draco, I passed the bottle back and forth to him all the time. What are you talking about? Bro, Drake.
Like, see what I'm saying? This is exactly what I was just saying like a minute or two ago. Why is this dude talking like this online? You supposed to be a gang member. Fuck the drunk shit, bro. Okay, if you drunk, bro, get the fuck offline. You know what I'm saying? Get in your comfort zone and just kick back or something, bro. Like, why is you talking like this online? You basically insinuating you know the killer. Like, what is you doing, Munchi B? Like, come on, man. I know his homies over there ready to kick his ass. And even though he didn't name drop, all they gotta do is put the pieces together, bro. Like, why is you doing this? You making the police job way easier because you talking too much, bro. I know this dude been through a gang of gangster shit. Like, why is you getting this old to get sloppy now? You know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy, man. Just that little shit right there he said can open up a whole lot of more bullshit for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. You know? And then it's like if the police get involved, they could subpoena your phone records. I don't know how far back they can go with the messages and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's just so much shit that he's opening up doors for. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just retarded, man. Bro, need to tighten up though. All right, let's get back to it.
Draco is dead, bro. Draco is dead, bro. Why are you talking about that nigga?
Hey, bro, you heard what I just said, right?
Draco put 50 on a blind nigga and he's dead. Why are you talking about him?
Draco the Ruler ain't never dead, as long live the ruler forever. But I'm glad you said that because it's time to expose which one of Munchi B's friends who killed Draco the Ruler that he passes the bottle to every day. And I'm also glad, Munchi, that you contacted the Crips to apologize for saying too much because your homie is responsible for other people's deaths. I'm glad you call and apologize and confirm that your homie is the killer of Drakeo the Ruler. I'm glad you did that, Munchi. I'm glad you were dumb enough to confess that your homie is the one who killed Drakeo the Ruler. Now, unfortunately for you, I got his identity, his name, and let's expose that right now. When Drakeo the Ruler was initially invited to the festival that he lost his life at, he was skeptical. He was reluctant to go. Because when you look at the flyer for the festival, YG was also set to perform. And obviously, Drakeo and the world was well aware that while YG was discussing Drakeo the Ruler on No Jumper, YG told Adam 22 that he's not doing no rap beef with Drakeo, right? Him and his dudes beef for real. And if it's beef, which it was with YG and Drakeo, him and his dudes is gonna come and get you. Drakeo understood that was a threat towards him, and that YG was publicly stating that they're gonna come and get Drakeo.
Like, people be knowing, like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I'm not finna be going out there doing no rap distance. It's like, if it's smoke, it's really smoke with us. We ain't playing, you know? So, like, I'm gonna tell the homies the same shit, bro. I done told D3 that, like, we ain't doing none of that weird for nothing, for the rap. No, we not on none of that. We trying to make hits. We gonna move around, get rich, have fun. All that rap beef and all that shit. We not rap beefing. We really beefing. The homies gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we ain't even trying to do that. We chilling. We not on that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I tell the homies. That's what I tell the homies that who I be with, that I hang with. You know what I'm saying? Like D3 young, bro, that's not cool. Like, we ain't doing none of that.
Right. It's kind of like a shortcut to like getting you a couple million views.
As reluctant as he was, Drakeo still agreed to come to the festival and perform for several reasons. A, he was being paid $50,000 to come and perform. And then two, Snoop Dogg personally called Drakeo and asked him to come to the festival and perform. Drakeo had love for Snoop, so he couldn't turn that down. And Drakeo also got assurance from people he respected, like Wack 100, who told him that they will be there as well. So if he come early enough, they'll be able to link up with him and he will have some reinforcement. However, Drakeo the Ruler came super late and came after Wack 100 and his crew already left.
We was actually waiting on Drakeo to make sure he got in and out right, but shit, we waited on him an hour and something. You know, I had 100 tickets. I had 4 artists perform. I had Game, I had Blueface, Coyote, and True Card. So I told Nephew we was gonna wait up for him and make sure he got in and out of there right. But after holding Blue and holding Game and the team a whole hour, they was with it. And like, bro, we don't think he gonna show up. Let's roll. I called his little brother and then was there early, about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And, you know, they was good. By the time we got to the Sprinter and got to the freeway, we got the call. He was dead.
Drakeo needed every one of those numbers to save his life, because the plot to murder Drakeo was already in place by the time Drakeo got to the festival. Now, the reason why Drakeo was so late to the festival is because he had to make multiple stops before getting to the festival. So Drakeo and his security guard met up at his home in the hills. Drakeo and his security guard left his house in the hills and drove over to the Awful Lot of Call Center parking lot to link up with Ralphie, K7, Chief and Heavily, and others to then drive over to the festival.
Hold on. Hey, but yeah, that's crazy how this dude got all this information, man. You gotta do your due diligence like a motherfucker to have all that information and have it lined up how it is. Shit is like a damn, this shit felt like 60 minutes right now. Or shit, first 48, one of them motherfuckers. But yeah, let's continue.
Before they started driving over to the festival, Drakeo had a conversation with everybody he was with. He told everybody, get rid of whatever you guys have on you. Get rid of any guns, anything illegal you guys have on you. Get rid of it right now. Drakeo didn't want to get to the festival and have problems with the police or security. So he told his crew, whatever you guys have on you, get rid of it right now. Everybody who was with Drakeo got rid of everything illegal they had on them before they began to drive over to the festival. While Drakeo was driving over to the festival, he was getting live updates from members of his entourage, like Donut, who was already at the festival. Drakeo had a hunch something was wrong, so he had people at the festival setting parameter, and just like testing the temperature and looking at who was already there. Draco felt a little more at ease as they got closer to the festival because the people he had in place at the festival already was telling Draco, yo, we ran across YG and his homies and these bloods that we don't get along with, but they seen us, they know we are a part of your entourage and we're part of your crew, and they didn't do nothing or say nothing to us. So it looks like everything is chill. At the time, they seen that as a positive sign. But looking back in hindsight, that was a negative sign.
Because like I said, we was just checking in. We've been there all day. I personally was there all day. I ain't gonna say where I live. I check, for the check-in team. So we there. They said, we go with the homies. Now let's stay here, man. Make sure it's cool for them. Make sure, people, niggas got hurt. It's comfortable. We run into everybody who we think we gonna butt heads with. Ain't nothing happens. It's a couple of it. Nothing happens.
In hindsight, that was a bad sign. They seen you guys. They didn't get along with you guys, but nobody said nothing. That's because y'all weren't the target. They weren't going to set it off with the entourage and now everybody gets kicked out and then they miss Draco when Draco come in. No, Draco the Ruler was the target from the very beginning. Draco was walking into a literal death trap.
Just the way Poetik Flakko explaining this, this shit sound like it was organized, Whoever participated in the the fiasco that happened that night with Draco, that shit sound like it was orchestrated for real. Just by the way Poetik Flakko is describing this shit. Yeah, man. Cause one thing for sure, I know for a fact with niggas, it's hard to organize shit with niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always a couple dudes that's in the bunch that want to be the star player, that want to be the nigga that you can't tell them shit, so it's always, it's hard to, basically what I'm saying, it's hard for niggas to get organized. That's why as a people, we're so unorganized to this day. That's why we can't never get shit done as a whole, as a collective, because there's always niggas that's feeling like they're more above you or more entitled, and that causes disorganization, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's continue. But like I said, this shit was organized. This shit was planned out.
Everybody was colluding against Draco the Ruler. When Draco, his security guard, Ralphie, K7, Chief and Heavily, when they got to the festival, they went to the security entrance for the artist. When they got to the security entrance for the artist, the security guard said, "What's up, blood?" And they told Draco the Ruler they can't go through that entrance, even though Draco the Ruler was performing and he was an artist. And he's like, "What? Wait, why can't I come through this entrance?" "Nah, blood, you gotta go to that other entrance." As they was driving to the other entrance, there was a van in front of them. They watched the van drive all the way through the security entrance and didn't get checked at all. But when Draco and his crew of people got there, their cars got checked. They got stripped. They got checked as if this was like the airport security, bro. They couldn't even bring a lighter in. But a van in front of them went right through. This is when Draco ignored a couple of signs that was supposed to trigger something within him. The van before you got right through without being checked. The security guard, who was a blood, told you can't go through the artist entrance. You had to go through this other entrance you had no idea of. Clearly something was up. After they was done getting checked, they got the green light to proceed further. And when they was driving up, they went past that van. And the van that didn't get checked, when they drove past it, they seen members from YG crew, 400 members. They were in that van. When they finally hopped out the vehicle, they began to walk past several members of 400 and YG crew with 400 shirts on. They also walked past several BPS members. One member right here you see have a Cardinals jacket on. When Draco finally walked in, it was a literal united Blood Nation front against Draco. A private investigator says when he reviewed the footage of Draco at the festival getting into the altercation that took his life, he counted 113 Blood members who swarmed Draco. It was perfectly clear this wasn't something that happened on a whim. This was something that was carefully and strategically planned out. This was a murder that was planned out days in advance. Because when Draco walked in, people had on ski masks. A rapper named K7 who was fighting next to Draco identified the man who was able to sneak in the knives to give to the assassins. His name is Gloves. He was YG's security guard for years, and he still is.
Cheers. I'm
This is some nasty work, man. The dude, what Flacco done did and put together, he is building. It's like he's doing the police work for him, you know. And not my honest opinion, like I feel like the police wasn't worried about Draco due to him beating the system a few times. Like, I think he beat the murder case once or twice, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for sure he beat the murder case one time for sure. So you know that alone to have the court systems and the LAPD like, man, we don't give a fuck that he got killed. You know, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So they probably didn't even want to pursue the case or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they looking at it like you beat the system, and that's one thing the court systems can't stand is when you beat like murder cases and shit. They can't stand that shit. Or if it's like a high profile fraud case and you beat it and you end up winning, or you know, like even sometimes certain civil cases, if they gotta pay out big amounts, that the court systems hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So by him beating a murder case and being a celebrity, and then this tragedy happened to him, they probably looked the other way. You know what I'm saying? But by Poetik Flakko dropping content like this, trying to put the pieces together, you know what I'm saying? It might make them want to rethink this and want to pursue this case now. And you know, he's implementing this brother here. You know, we don't know if it's true or not, but you know, shit, it might be true. But at the same time, like what I'm saying, he's implementing people. So now it's a possibility that them folks can come holler at these people now and try to see what's really going on. You know. And YG, his name is attached to a lot of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make it no better. But yeah, let's continue. Shit's crazy, man.
Speaking facts, bro. YG in real life, all the bro. I don't give a. Bro, I'm so mad, bro. My mama, bro. YG did some hoes, bro. And if I see cut, I'ma slap the shit with that. On all this club talking like they hard, bro, but we fighting big ass security. You got those security guards fight. Come on, bro. That's cool, bro. On my mama, bro. The big ass ball security guard snuck in knives, all type of weird.
The person he's saying snuck the knives in that was used to kill Draco is a man by the name of Big Gloves, as you see right here. He's YG's security guard. Anywhere you see YG, you see him. This was strategically and methodically planned because as soon as Draco walked in at 8:30, and by 8:32, it already sparked off. They were already in place, already had their knives, waiting for Draco to walk in so they could murder Draco.
Got there at 8:30. It was cracking at 8:32, like type shit. Like,
wow.
Yeah, that's the type of shit. Yeah.
I think your mom said it was around 40 to 60 men in masks.
No, it was like 100 or something.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
What do you say to people saying it was a setup? Because they were saying he shouldn't have been on the same bill as some of those other people at all.
I mean, shit. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying? That if you know, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? We pulled up at 8:30, 8:32. It was cracking like this. Shit like that.
So I'm guessing you saw it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything happened in motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right then and there. It wasn't no 70 people packing out Draco. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just happened right there.
Yeah.
I feel like it just happened like all in one motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever got to Draco. Like, to just get Draco. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was all in one motion.
Yeah.
The footage of them getting swarmed from 100 Bloods, from Pyrus to Inglewood families to BPS, that's on YouTube. Now, if you look at the still shot from this video, you see Draco is behind his security. Draco is still swinging, but he's behind his security. Now, a lot of people mistakenly believe this is the footage of Draco getting stabbed. It's not. When they walked in, they walked past BPS members, Inglewood family members, a lot of Bloods, they weren't fazed. They began to walk, trying to get to their place, trying to get on stage, trying to perform. Draco homie Chiefin Heavily, who has a store in LA, he falls behind. And as he falls behind the group, They try to rob him for his chain. Some blood members try to rob him for his chain. When they try to rob him, he was able to escape. And he runs over to Draco, Ralphie, and the crew and says, yo, they just try to rob me. Some blood try to rob me. Draco says, what? Draco's security Coop tells Draco, hey, yo, keep pushing. Keep going. Draco said, F that. Who did it? As Draco turned around and tried to figure out who tried to rob his homies, they swarmed them. They absolutely swarmed them. Now, they was fighting for about a minute. Draco did not get stabbed in that video. Draco did not get stabbed in that video. They were fighting for about a minute. As they were fighting for about a minute, LAPD begins to walk down, so the crowd begins to disperse. However, there's people still there. Now, LAPD is shouting, the security guard is shouting at LAPD, yo, get them, get them. Multiple dudes then bum rush Draco and his security guard, Coop. Coop then was able to get one dude, but then the other dude was able to go around Coop and stab Draco in his neck and stabbed him. Coop is yelling at LAPD, get him! LAPD then flashed the light, and before they could flash the light, the dude took off. But who was that dude that stabbed Draco in his neck? Who was it? He's a friend of Munchi B called Frankenstone. His legal name is Frank Williams.
Yeah, that's crazy work, man. This boy Flakko, he got to be working with the police, man. Ain't no way. Because I honestly believe even when it's an open investigation, if you're dropping names like this and trying to put stuff together, I think you can't even do that. I think you get in trouble for that. Because now, by him doing this, now these people could low-key run if they needed to get up out of there, you know? I'm not sure though. Don't really quote me on that. I could have sworn you can't do that stuff unless you really working with them people. But shit, it is what it is. But man, this shit is crazy work, man. And just think about it, like if this dude that he just name drop right now, Frankenstone, just to think, like, what if he didn't do it though? You know what I'm saying? And all this pressure that he shouldn't have now, you know. This shit is crazy work, man. That's what I'm saying, man. The streets is over with. Motherfuckers ain't getting away from nothing no more. It's way too many cameras. It's just, the odds is against you when you want to live wrong now. It's just better to just live right. You know, because the few minutes when you pop off or crash out, it ain't going to be worth for all the time that you're going to be sitting down behind them bars. You might crash out and it only takes 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes is going to be the reason why you sit down for multiple years, if not for the rest of your life. That 10 minutes is going to be the most deadliest time of your life. 10 to 15 minutes, because anytime somebody crash out, it don't take that long to crash out. Even if from a fight to a gun battle to a knife battle, that shit is probably 5 minutes. And then you gotta be looking over your back and living behind them bars for the rest of your life. Shit is crazy, man. All right, let's keep going.
Now, this particular screenshot right here is footage from another murder Frank Williams is involved in. We are not going to show the footage or identify the victim of the murder because we personally don't want to include the victim in anything out of respect for him and his family. That footage that I'm not going to show nor identify who the victim was, that footage is of Frankenstone, aka Frank Williams, stabbing another victim in the neck after an altercation at an after party spot. He murdered this victim the same way he murdered Drakeo. The victim held his hand out to shake Frank Williams' hand. Frank Williams refused to shake his hand and then stalked him all across the building and then ultimately stabbed him. Now, the police believe that he did this to promote or assist the Black Peace Stones. He's currently out on bail as he's fighting this murder case. Now, when he found out that I was going to do this video about him, that I was going to identify him as the man who stabbed and killed Drakeo the Ruler, he deleted his Instagram, his Facebook. He deleted all traces of himself from online. But it's too late for him to run and hide. The police have identified him because people who were present has identified him as the one who did it. Not only is the police identifying him as a suspect in this, but the streets, him and his homies, have told people that he was the one who stabbed and killed Draco. The streets credit him, Frankenstone, Frank Williams, as the one who stabbed and killed Draco the Ruler. People who were present behind the scenes have told anyone willing to listen that Frankenstone is who stabbed and killed Draco the Ruler. It's just a fact. Now, the question here is, why would he stab and kill Draco the Ruler? What did he have to gain from it? Well, Frank Williams was really close friends with Red Bull, and he's really close friends with Munchi B. And as Munchi B stated, Draco the Ruler died because he got out of jail and began to diss Red Bull, who was right-hand man and really close with Frank Williams, aka Frankenstone.
What y'all was saying when he was on record disrespecting my homie, rest in peace. He can't talk back, but you disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying?
Red Bull, man.
Long live Red Bull. So, you know, and when he passed, I kicked him while he was down, literally. Hey, look, bro. Hey, people invite certain energy, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad for nobody over there except for his mama, bro. His mama lost his son because he wanted to entertain a little too much, man.
Munchi B said he kicked Draco while he was down, literally. Munchi B ain't do a goddamn thing to Draco. This is just Munchi B. This is what Munchi B does, okay? Munchi B is going out of his way to try to include himself as if he was the one who kicked Draco while he was down. Nobody kicked Draco while he was down. Cut it out, man. Draco didn't get stomped out, right? They stabbed Draco and ran and did a 40-yard dash. But this is Munchi B confirming that the reason why Draco got stabbed and killed is because he disrespected Red Bull, which is, by the way, Frankenstone's right-hand man and close friend, and which is why Munchi B and Frankenstone are still really close. According to Munchi B, he passes the bottle to Frankenstone on a daily basis. Now, to add more incriminating and self-snitching, right, after Draco passed away, a Black P Stone member, right, from the Baby Stone Gorillas, P4, he came out, right, and said they did what they did, and Draco and them did what they did, essentially claiming that the Black P Stones is who killed Draco. Frankenstone did it.
Thoughts on that, man? Like Draco and everything.
Shit. You know, it is what it is. J-Side did what J-Side did, and you know, they did what they did. So
Yeah. You try to stay out the politics like now more that your like music's starting to go in like a better.
Yeah, I ain't staying out the politics, but you know what I'm saying? They know what's up.
He even took to his Instagram story to further claim the body for BPS and celebrate the death of Draco the Ruler. This is him literally celebrating, got the smirk and the demon emoji. And when fans pointed this out, he said quite possibly the dumbest thing you could ever say. Instead of saying we didn't do nothing, P4 wrote, bro, leave the set and Draco out the same sentence. Laughing. Y'all trying to have ninjas in jail. What happened at Once Upon a Time in LA stayed there. So you know what happened at Once Upon a Time in LA.
Yeah, these dudes is talking way too much, man. I don't know, man. This is different times, man. It's like everybody thinking that by you talking too much, you tough. You know, you want to expose that you just a bad guy, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you do that, you putting yourself in jeopardy of getting locked up. These dudes need to watch some old school gangster movies or something and take notes, because, man, these niggas done lost their way when it comes to this gangster shit. Motherfuckers talking way too damn much. Motherfuckers need to just start a reality TV show and just read scripts and be the bad guy on that shit, because you niggas love talking so much. Y'all gonna talk yourself right into that bathroom for the rest of your life. And what I mean by bathroom, that's damn near how big a cell is. And I know bathroom's bigger than a damn cell. I ain't gonna even say cell. I mean, bathroom. Shit is crazy, man. Let's go.
Instead of saying, hey, we didn't do nothing, hey, man, he's saying, man, listen, man, y'all know what happened, but what happened there, stay there, man. Don't bring that police stuff online. Again, bro, Frankenstone, if I'm you, bro, I'm blaming your homies, man. Your homies is the reason why we all know you killed and stabbed and killed Draco. In Frank Williams, aka Frankenstone bill package, he gave up more identifying information about himself. Right? Now, when I read this bill package, all I could do is chuckle, because you murdered Draco the Ruler, and then you murder somebody else. And then in your bill package, you're talking about yourself as if you're like Martin Luther King or something. This is from 2024. He would claim that he's the single father of a 21-year-old daughter. His employment, he says, is he's a recording artist manager for multiple recording artist / groups. I'll be interested to see who this man is managing, right? Because as far as we know, man, he's off the grid. Like, this dude has deleted his Instagram, his Facebook. He's gone off. He's gone in hiding. So is he a recording manager for 400? I would hope YG isn't dumb enough to still have him down as a recording manager. Now, he would say he's a community activist. Bro, you are on camera murdering somebody in cold blood who organizes Thanksgiving and Christmas drives for the family. Cut it out, man. Now, he says he is a 40-year-old man facing his first violent criminal charge in 20 years. The detective currently investigating Frank Williams in this second homicide, his name is Detective Sergio Ortiz. His phone number will be somewhere on the screen. Do with that as you may. I don't know what you're going to do with that as you may. Now,
There's got to be Poetik Flakko's handler. This is where this got to be the guy that he's getting all this information from. Because, come on, man, ain't no way. This got to be Poetik Flakko's handler right here. The guy that's, trying to prosecute this guy. This is probably exactly the guy that gave Poetik Flakko all this intel and gave him the green light to drop this video. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like he said, he left his number right there, so you guys can contact him if y'all feel the need to. But that's just my opinion. I feel like this is Poetik Flakko's handler, and this dude gave Poetik Flakko the green light to drop this information. Let's continue.
Frank Williams is cooked, right? The police is already honing in on him being the guy who stabbed and killed Drakeo. His friends is out here telling everybody who's willing to listen that he's the one who stabbed and killed Drakeo. The witnesses who were there is identifying him as the one who stabbed and killed Drakeo. He's done. He's over with. That's the man who stabbed and killed Drakeo. That's his name. Anybody else, they tell you it's a lie. That's his name. Frank Williams, a.k.a. Frankenstein. Now, if you're watching this video and you want to watch another good video, stay tuned for part 2. This is just part 1.
Yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Y'all dragged y'all through this whole thing. We want to get credits and the shout out to Poetik Flakko for this content that we reacted on. This is crazy work, man. Y'all just gotta stay tuned so we can cover the next video that this dude is Poetik Flakko's putting together. Cause we're gonna ride this one all the way out, and we're gonna ride it out after this because, like I said, Poetik Flakko is better off just staying where he at. I don't know where he's living now. I know he's not living in LA anymore, but my advice to him, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want nothing to happen to none of these guys, you know. I wish that even Drakeo was still alive. I wish them brothers could have just put on the gloves, fought it out, and got it out the way. All of this shit is over because of some words, you know. From the beginning to the end, all of this shit is over words. This shit is not like somebody had sex with their wife. This isn't like somebody hurt or violated their daughters or their sons. All of this shit is over words, man. This is the most craziest shit ever, man. We're dealing with a bunch of emotional thugs. That's what gangbanging it came down to. There's a bunch of men that's emotional all the time. Because real men, they ain't gonna let no words make them crash out unless it's really and directly disrespecting them and their manhood. But the shit that these dudes is fighting over is shit that they could have got over. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all of this shit is over misunderstanding and disrespectful words. That's it. And you know, just like anywhere else, that words can get you into some shit. That's why you gotta watch the things that you say, from incriminating yourself to disrespecting people, because all that shit can come back and bite you in your ass. You know, but like I said, man, we gonna cover the part 2 whenever he drops it. Y'all stay tuned, man. I'm gonna keep y'all updated too if y'all don't follow this guy. But like I said, we're gonna give him credit for the video. It's Poetik Flakko. If y'all wanna give him a follow, just go ahead and do that. Man, this your boy Ghetto Diddy. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.
I'm doing a full deep dive into this man's life and history very soon.